What's going on, guys? I'm back again with another YouTube video, how to get away with murder recap. Before I get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share. Last night episode, it was it took me back. It took me back. I enjoyed it. It was a written episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. The episode title was "The Baby Was Never Dead." So y'all know the show kicks off. We're going through this whole flashback stuff, right? So Michaela knows it behind. She's still asking Bonnie, whose blood is that, as well as she's just trying to figure out like what's going on. And so Bonnie tells her that it's no big deal. She cut herself shaving or something, I don't know. And you know what I'm saying? And so Bonnie tells her that she cut herself and Bonnie just leaves. Bonnie like, I ain't got time for this. And then as you guys know, they flash back or take us back 2 months earlier. And then we pick up from there. Annalise is obviously in court. She's asking a question. The question is, what makes a psychopath? And as she's reading definitions or whatever it is that makes someone a psychopath, they start showing Laurel and her baby, Oliver, Connor, Michaela sneaking in the Tegan office. She's a psychopath. She crazy. She just don't understand. They show Gabriel. He hiding something. I don't know where they're going with that, but I'm more than positive to say that Gabriel is not going to end up being Bonnie's son. Y'all know the show don't go like that. So, it shows Connor, like I said, and Frank is spying on Gabriel's apartment, and I'm just like, where he going with that? What kind of hunch he got? I really don't know what's Frank, why he just gravitated toward Gabriel and why he just wants to know so much. Like, they didn't really explain it. Because Gabriel just popped up and all of a sudden Frank has a fascination with Gabriel. It's just like, where did that fascination come from? Like, do he know something that we don't know? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, like I said, Annalise in the court. She's reading those definitions from a book called The Psychopath CEO. She claims that her defendant, her defendant is on trial for quote unquote, he's charged with the murdering of his partner, Norris, or whatever his name. I can't think of his name. And basically, the district attorney, the state, they just basically like his motive is that once he found out that his partner was leaving for a rival company, instead of letting him leave and go work for whomever he please, he decides to kill him. So that's that. And then Annalise was like, objection, Your Honor, all that. We have an alibi. His secretary is on record saying that she's seen him, she was with him, and all that good stuff. And come to find out, Harrington, which is the client that Annalise and Crawford is representing, he wrote the book that she was reading the psychopath definitions out of. And it was just like, how to get away with murder, it'd be a lot going on. So you really have to watch the show to kind of understand the reviews, because it'd be a lot of back and forth. And I try to explain it as well as possible. So anyways, Annalise hops up. It's like, we got an alibi. The client wrote the book. That does not make him guilty. And so as Annalise sits down beside the client and Crawford, they in court, they sit at the table together, whatever. Crawford whispers to Annalise. He was like, man, I'm so happy that I made you take this case. Like, you bomb. Like, you know how to work your way around a courtroom. And so, which is so true, you know what I'm saying? She, like, man, And Annalise is part of the reason, and you know I love Scandal. I'm so sad and upset that it's gone. Listen, y'all just don't know how much I love Scandal. But between Olivia Pope and Annalise Keaton, I fell in love with Shonda Rhimes. Her ideas, her creative ideas. I just love the direction that she have these characters going in, other than their love life. You know, I can care less about that. But those two women really made me fall in love with Shonda Rhimes as a creator. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, as they leave in the courtroom, the press rushes Annalise Crawford Harrington, and Crawford lets the press know we will not be commenting on anything that's going on in this case. And the press don't even care about the case. They come to Annalise and was like, what you gonna do about the governor's executive order against your students? And you know, basically it's saying that the executive order was something like they have to take a ethics test and pass the ethics test in order to keep working and practicing, you know, law with Annalise. So, you know, she was thrown all off guard by this. I was too. I'll be so excited when they decide to actually put the governor into an episode. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the governor has a lot to hide that, you know, she don't want Annalise to uncover, which I'm sure is where that storyline's going. So I can't wait that they introduce the governor to us, you know, physically, and not more so than we just getting media, you know, and media attention from it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, moving on. So earlier, like I said, Michaela was seen putting something in Tegan's office. Come to find out, Tegan goes in her office. She gets it's a folder, it's a file of a case that Tegan is working on, and she goes to Michaela and tell her, "Little girl, stay out of my office, stay from around me. I'm sick of you. I'm mad you here. I'm mad all y'all here. Like, you need to just stop doing the most." Then Tegan asks her, like, "How did you even know what I'm working on?" And this heifer, it's good to lie sometimes, or at least not tell someone the truth. This heifer told this woman that she still has the passwords to her email and all that good stuff. And I'm just like, you trying to go to jail. This is a lawyer that you telling, I still have your password. I'm going into your stuff, looking at what you got going on. That ain't the smartest thing to do. And for someone who want to be so smart, feel like they know everything, Michaela, you shouldn't have said that. That was just stupid. You know what I'm saying? I know Tegan ain't gonna do nothing to her, but it's just the fact that was just stupid, you know? But anyways, then Annalise comes in and she lets them know what's going on with the governor executive order, and lets them know, guys, in order for us to keep this, what we got going on, y'all are gonna have to pass an ethics test. And you know, the students, they're nervous, which I don't really know why. I mean, but when they were asking the questions, it was, you know, I was just like, some answers, but you know, I get into that a little later. So anyways, she was just like, you know, this is a plot for the governor to stop her from appealing all of those cases that, you know, from people that's serving wrong prison sentences. And, you know, she's not going to let the governor win, and neither should they. So they need to go study. And so, and Elise was just being honest with her. She's like, look, I cannot do this without you guys. You guys are such a big hit. She didn't say all this. Like, y'all know she don't take it that far. But she basically wanted them to know. You know, I feel like that's all a part of her plan. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to build people up around you to make sure they do their job the best that they can, even if they aren't as smart as you or whatever the case may be. Everybody plays an important piece in that machine, that fine oil machine. In order for it to run smooth, everybody got to do their job. And so I feel like this was her telling them that she can't do it without them, so they'll go out and be motivated, saying, oh, you know, Annalise does need me, so I'm going to do my best to pass. And then she also said, if y'all don't pass, this clinic that we got going on to go away, and so the money. So that's another motivator. You know what I'm saying? So moving on, Nate goes and pays a visit to the old nurse from the hospital about the baby. And, you know, she tells the story about the mother, whoever dropped the baby off, and her and all the other nurses on the unit was just drooling all over the baby. And, you know, trying to decide, you know, which one will adopt, or what they would do if they can adopt, you know, all that little sobbing stuff that I could care less about. And then, she lets Nate go. Lets Nate know. I'm getting my words mixed up. But anyway, she tells Nate that, she pretty much quit the job once the baby went missing on her shift, because once the baby went missing, every single nurse blamed her. And she was like, rightfully so. Like, it was on my shift. I should have been there, or should have been monitoring better. Like, just putting blame on herself for the baby going missing. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, moving on. Miller, now we at the DA off, or no, we at the courthouse again. Miller is on his way back in the court. He's asking Bonnie, like, oh, it's a turn on watching me beat Annalise, right? And I'm just like, look, we could, like, Bonnie character is already weird. I don't want to see weird love on TV. Bonnie's weird. This guy's weird-er. Like, I just don't want to see two weird people, like, in love. Like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. I don't always get what I want, so I live with it. So anyways, Miller ends up calling Harrington's secretary to the stand to testify, and she was not on the list to testify. She was just she just gave the alibi, and Annalise was like, objection, Your Honor. I didn't know that he was gonna, call Miss Reed up to testify, which is Miss Reed's the secretary. And so basically Miller was like, you got an alibi. She's your client's alibi. You already done talked to her, so it should be an issue with me interviewing her, right? So the judge was like, I agree with Miller. Miss Reed approached the bench. So anyways, as soon as she get on the stand, Miller just start questioning the alibi and asking her, like, what do she remember about the night, and why do she remember whatever it is that she remember? And she just goes cold turkey, and she just goes off script, tells the entire courtroom, the judge, the jury, and all of those in the audience that she does not remember. No, because Miller had asked her, why did she tell the police that she was with him? And she was just like, she really don't even know, like, why she told the police that. But she did it out of fear, because she feared that if she didn't give him an alibi, that he would kill her. And I'm just like, that ain't doing our client no good. You know what I'm saying? This is one of many times, I don't know, I wish somebody could have been thrown in contempt from stopping her saying that, because I'm on Annalise's side and she defending somebody. I'm riding. I'm loyal. So, then, after that, we get a break from court. Annalise is telling Crawford that they need to put this entire crime, this murder, on Miss Reed, because she got on the stand and she flipped. And I have to say, I agree. Because what you ain't gonna do, I'm not a lawyer, but what you ain't gonna do is give my client an alibi, tell the police all this information, how you were with him at the time of the murder, and then you get into court and get your little pretty behind up there on the stand and switch it up. We gonna put this on you. You know what I'm saying? What you ain't gonna do is turn on me. That's what you ain't gonna do. That's just what you ain't gonna do. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So I was with Annalise, like, let's throw her under the bus. Let's put the murder on her. Let's tell the DA, we trying to cover up. Like, you cannot use you can't do that. That's what you ain't gonna do. So anyways, Harrington, which is the client, he was like, nah, don't worry about that. Put me on the stand. I'm a millionaire. I built my company from scratch. I'm a very charismatic guy. My charm has gotten me to where I am. And I'm just saying to myself, as he's pushing himself up, boasting himself up, stop talking. You sound like an idiot. We don't care about none of that. Your life is on the line. Life in prison is on the line. You don't need to be talking about trying to charm any jurors. Because let me tell you something. You're not a woman. You're not going to charm any jurors. You're just not. I'm sorry. White, black, Latino, Mexicano, you ain't going to charm nobody if you're a man. The jury don't care nothing about that, especially when you are being accused of murder in the first degree. Not manslaughter, not self-defense or anything like that. But anyways, Annalise was like, no. And so Crawford talked with Annalise, and because basically Annalise started asking him all these questions, why this, why that, why this, why that, and he just started giving off some crazy answers, and or whatever. And Annalise, he leaves or whatever, and Crawford pulls Annalise to the side and was like, "Look, we got to respect his wishes. He's talking about transferring all of his cases over to us, so that means we would be getting paid big money. So whatever he wants, that's what we're gonna do to get all of his work." And so Annalise was like, "Whatever, I'm a team player. I ain't got time to be arguing with you, whatever." So then Oliver comes in. She introduced Oliver, and he like, "Who is he?" And she was like, "I hired him because he gonna save your behind. When your plan don't work, he gonna come up with something that's gonna get us a plan. That's gonna give us a plan B so we can win. Because Annalise's bottom line is winning, and I mean, why wouldn't it be? When you're a lawyer, the bottom line is to win, regardless of innocence or guilty. The bottom line is wins and losses, but wins more. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so moving on, we got a scene where the Annalise kids, they are working at the law firm or whatever, and Michaela, she ranting about Tegan not speaking to her, but she's speaking to Laurel. And I'm just like, I mean, look, listen, let's just go ahead and give Michaela what she wants. She want to be gay. Y'all know Tegan like women, so just go ahead, let them two sleep together so she can just get over and get off this obsession with Tegan. Like, I'm just not here for it, man. Like, it just aggravates me because Michaela she just be so dumb over people that she romantically people that she wants to be romantically involved with. She just do the stupidest stuff around them, and it just makes me upset. So anyway, so then Oliver, he comes over, the crew know that he just got hired, he's working on the case, and then they somehow they was like, let's stay focused, and somebody was like, it's hard to stay focused while he's here, and they was talking about Gabriel. He does seem very suspicious, and they have raised our level of suspicion towards Gabriel, especially this episode. But I'm not gonna skip too far ahead. But last episode or whenever, the flip phone, and we find out the flip phone, and so he cannot be hacked. It's just like, this 2018. Like, what are you protecting so much the way you walk around with a flip phone in public? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, then moving on, Frank is sneaking into Gabriel's apartment, and he takes some type of device, electronic device, I don't know what it is, but he takes it, and I'm just like, okay, Frank is up to something. But once again, I just kind of want to know the fascination. Where does it come from with Frank towards Gabriel? Because ever since Gabriel came, well, just this season, because y'all remember in the last season, we just got a shot of Gabriel at the end of the season when Annalise just got reinstated or whatever. He was just standing there listening to her talk or something like that. I have to go back and watch, but I don't really understand Frank's motive here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know this guy is very suspicious and he seems sneaky, but I just want a backstory to why Frank is really on this kid. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, moving on, Asher, he is trying to earn his internship. He's letting Miller know, listen to me, this is what Annalise's next step is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You already destroyed her plan A, so she's going to plan B, which is to destroy the secretary. So she's gonna find whatever dirt she can on the secretary and throw the secretary. Miller ain't really trying to hear it. He was like, why are you telling me so much about Annalise? What is your vendetta with Annalise? So he comes out and he was just like, it's a personal issue. And then I'm just like, whatever. Like, he getting on my nerves already. He getting on my nerves. Michaela getting on my nerves. That's about it right now. But we all know all them kids gonna get on my nerves. They gonna get on y'all nerves. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of time before the rest come to join those two. So anyways, after having a conversation with Asher, when Miller goes up and Bonnie off is big mad, and addressing her about the fact, like, why didn't she tell him that her and Asher had something going on? And I was just like, can Bonnie just like go over there and put them things on Asher? Like, just slap him a couple times? Like, why would you do that? It makes no sense. You moved on from Bonnie to Michaela. Michaela broke your heart. So, I mean, like, what are you, like, what is your motive for telling this man that I used to bang your new boo? That's how you talk, boo, 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 boo. Like, it's just a childish, like I said, he getting on my nerves. Him and Michaela, they need to just get back together. I'm sorry. And maybe they can have a threesome with Tegan, but I'm just over it. Like, that just really pissed me off. And so Bonnie just lets old boy Miller know, like, look, I ain't gotta tell you everything about my past. I tell you what I want you to know. I tell you what you need to know. First of all, he's not even a lawyer. He's an intern. That's not a need to know basis. He's nobody. His daddy is dead because we was gonna prosecute his behind. He's a nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? I could see if, he was somebody important, but he's a child in law school. I don't have to tell you about me sleeping with a law student. You feel what I'm saying? Miller, that's how she should have told him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look here, you don't pay for this Brazilian wax. You don't pay you don't pay to get this wax. That's what she should have told him. So she tells him to get out, and if he don't get out, she can make a scene, so he exit. So then moving on, Nate gets a visit from the DNA lady. I don't know her name, but I'm going to call her Vanessa because she looks like a Vanessa. And she trying to invite Nate to the basketball game or something, some type of sporting event. And Elise comes in. I'm just like, perfect timing, I guess, kind of, sort of. She comes in to give Nate the good news about his dad's appeal date has been set. And Nate was thinking she was coming in to talk about the governor shutting her down and how his dad appeal is just not gonna happen. And Annalise like, she gotta come harder than that. I'm Annalise Keaton, you feel me? Undefeated, all of that good stuff. So as Annalise is leaving, Nate wanna tell her about everything going on with Bobby, right? But he doesn't. She kind of cuts him off. And start telling him that Vanessa seems like a very nice woman. I'm just like, God doggone, Nate, just come out with it. Let her know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just let her know. But he didn't. She leaves. All of that. So then moving on back to CG&N law firm. I think that's the name of it, the one that Annalise and Tegan works at. Tegan starts to question Mr. Harrington because he wants to get on the stand. So she started hitting him with these questions. He trying to charm his way out of the question, and Elise started hitting him with the question, and then he just started feeling like his responses were just so ugly. Like, y'all, women, y'all need a man. Like, y'all single, y'all bitter, y'all need a man, somebody to love. And so Annalise turned around and told Crawford, say, this ego that he possesses is gonna be the reason he gets life in prison if we put his behind on the stand. And next thing you know, he started to, like I said, talk all this crap about Annalise, and then Annalise and Tegan, they double teaming him, and he's still going. Like, his ego is very, very, very huge. And so he wouldn't shut up. So Crawford was like, hey man, you're gonna have to cut that noise out or we're gonna fire you as a client. And so Harrington tells everybody, you can't fire me, you need me, especially after what you did in London, you can't afford to fire me. And so Crawford tries to double down and say, you keep talking, you're gonna be fired. But by this time, Harrington know he has all the leverage, which is pretty much why Crawford ended up making Annalise take the case, because it was a situation where it was like, we need this guy say I got to take the case. I done did something, so it is what it is. I'm gonna get my best lawyer on it. Because honestly, I don't even know if Tegan is a good lawyer. I have yet to see, and I know she ain't been on the show long, but I have yet to see her in a courtroom winning a case. Like, I just haven't seen it. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in the courtroom, seeing if she's just as aggressive and impressive and as dominant as Annalise is in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to seeing that. So then Annalise and Keaton, they get on the Tegan and Annalise, they on the elevator, and Annalise asked about what happened in London. And so she was just like, from what I hear, it's some type of misconduct. And so Annalise was like, sexual, like, and Tegan was like, I don't know. The less T you know around here, the better. And so Annalise was like, you right. And I want to know the dirt. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear the less T, the better. I want to know the T. You hear me, Tegan? So I need you to go find out. Bring it back to Annalise. And she going to bring it to me. You feel what I'm saying? I need to know the T. I just do. So moving on. Connor calls Asher about helping him with the ethic exam, and Annalise catches him on the phone with Asher. She's like, why are you talking to him? Listen, y'all gonna pass this ethic exam, go study, do it the right way, you will pass. So, Laurel is leaving to go and pick up her child from daycare, right? And so Gabriel, basically was like, oh, you're leaving early again. But then, she kind of put him in his place, and he gets humble, and he was like, listen, I know it's tough being a single mother. I was raised by a single mother, and I heard what you guys were saying earlier about, you're concerned about the baby is not laughing, and he just said, maybe you aren't funny to the baby. And I know I've seen online a lot of people feel like these two gonna start doing the do, and I mean, Laurel does have a history of opening, unzipping and taking her drawers off with her fellow teammates. You know what I'm saying? So them two gonna do the do before the season over. It's just gonna happen. Is Laurel, Laurel and Michaela, they just like to get nasty for any and everybody. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So anyways, moving on. Frank is gets info. He with his tech guy. Frank goes to meet with his tech guy to figure out what the device is, and the hacker tells Frank that this is some type of device that allows you to send emails anonymous, so you won't be caught, all of that good stuff. And so Frank was like, I need you to figure out a way for you to hack it so I can see what he's doing. So the hacker was like, I got you. It is. I got you, big bro. I got you. So then Nate is looking at the baby's kidnapper information. She has breast cancer. She's dying. She has stage 4. Then we get a quick scene with Miller. He calls, leaves Bonnie a voicemail begging to get back. I'm not here for it. The weirdo love. I'm just not. Then Asher goes to tell Miller again about a new plan for the case, because Annalise does not really want this case. She really wants her students to be able to help her with her Supreme Court appeals as far as wrongful convictions and all of that good stuff. So he tells Miller to go make a deal. And so Miller does. Miller goes make a deal with Annalise, and he basically the deal is like, you manslaughter or whatever it was, and I'll make sure that all of your students pass their ethical exams. Annalise, Annalise was just like, he's more interesting than she thought. So then we get a quick scene with Annalise and Bonnie. Annalise goes straight to Bonnie and asks Bonnie, did she send Miller to make the deal? And she was like, no, me and Miller are fighting, yada, yada, yada. We broke up. And so Annalise was just like, excuse me, why? And she tell him, Asher told him that we used to smash and, all of that. Don't even really want to get too much into it. But at this point in the show, I was just like hoping Annalise would put 2 and 2 together as to who told Miller, gave Miller the idea to come to her about the deal. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't. And it kind of let me down because, like I said, Annalise, to me, she's Superwoman. You know what I'm saying? She is always on her P's and Q's. Her I's are always dotted and her T's are always crossed. And you can't cross them. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, man, she should have. I would have liked for them to see her put 2 and 2 together and figure out that it was Asher that sent them. Anyway, but anyways, Bonnie asked, did she take the deal? And he was like, no, I didn't take the deal. You know, I'm a team player, and I would have messed up my new boss, and I'm a team player now. So anyways, moving on, the class, the students from the class, they are all at Connor, Oliver, Michaela, and Laurel's house because CNG kicked them out, given everything that's going on with ethics committee. They don't want to be fined or they don't want their license to be taken. So, you know, I understand. And so Frank shoots Gabriel a call trying to hang out with him. And once again, I'm just like, okay, this Frank trying to be sneaky to get a timestamp on when he'll be back home so he can go back in the house and go through some more things and plant some more bugs. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking. That Frank is trying to see, you know, because he knew that boy wasn't free. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to get his time stamps, his schedule or whatever, so he can kind of maneuver without getting caught. And so Oliver comes in, let everybody know he got some tea on Harrington. And basically what he finds out is through some emails that was, you know, fake email accounts, burner email accounts, whatever they call, Harrington's wife was having an affair with Andrew, which is the guy who was killed. And they just kind of, from there, the lawyers meet Crawford, Annalise. They they talking to Harrington, was like, okay, we know your wife is having an affair. You killed him once you find out about the affair. And Harrington like, that's not true. It was her who killed him because she couldn't stand the fact that he was going to leave me high and dry for another company. So she killed him. And so they was like, man, your wife ain't killed that man. And he was just like, go ask her. She'll tell you. The belt is not mine. It's hers. And so, but he said, what you guys will not do is bring her in this. You know, I love her, and this is what you do when you love somebody. He says, what did he say? Harrington tells and it was her better. She, but yeah, you know. Oh, but yeah, he was just like, this is what you do when you love somebody. You know what I'm saying? You live within them or something. I don't even know. I thought I wrote it down, but whatever. He was just like, because I love her, I'm not gonna let her go down for it, even though she was having an affair with him and she killed him. That ain't me. That ain't me. Let my wife have an affair with my partner and kill him. You going to prison, boo. You know, maybe before you go to prison, I need to sign these documents to basically say everything is mine. The voice, the house, the cars, the money. Hey, he a better man than me, boy. Boy, look at him. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, moving on. We get one of those 2, 3, 4 things haven't seen. The kids are taking the ethical exam, and Elise is talking to Crawford about possible strategies, what they can do, and Elise is just like, you know what I'm saying, we have to find someone to frame for this. We can just maybe leak the emails and throw the wife under the bus, and Crawford was like, man, do you really think if we do that, we'll get his accounts, and you think he'll pay us? And so like I said, it was just a whole bunch of back and forth. And so Elise was like, Crawford was like, we don't have anything. Like, we just don't have anything. And so Elise was like, we do have something. We have the belt. So then we go back into the courtroom. We go back into the courtroom and Annalise pretty much put the secretary out there to hang herself. And she presents a theory to the jury in the court that the secretary is actually the one who killed Andrew, and all of that good stuff. And so it's just like, ooh. And I'm just, I always, as a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, but it's always what I heard. It's all about who can tell the best story. You know what I'm saying? Who all can tell the best story and make it sound believable. That's usually who wins. And so now she knows that, and that's usually how she handles all of her cases. She go into story time mode. She gives the jury different things to think about the process, and then sometimes it just get to be so confusing. But she just basically want to make sure that her client is innocent. She don't really care whether they did it or not. So she comes up with all of these methods and stories to put into the juror's mind to have them thinking like, oh my God, did he do it? Did he not? I'm leaning towards he didn't. So anyway, she came up with the idea. She was like, if you didn't do it, I want you to try on the belt, because the prosecutor said that whoever committed the murder, the belt belonged to them. Right? Right. That's what was said. So we got a few objections. Miller was like, okay, if she try on the belt, Mr. Harrington got to try on the belt. And so Crawford was like, ain't no way in the world he trying on the belt. But I was kind of confused in this moment, because if Harrington admitted that it was his wife that killed her, that killed Andrew, I would have been raising my hand to try on the belt. You want to know why? Because I'm thinking it's a woman's belt. And I know I'm not going to fit it. At least his wife, she wasn't, as big as he was in the waist. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they agreed, that both try on the belt. Secretary put the belt on. It fits. And as soon as she put it on, she was like, this does not prove anything. I'm innocent. I promise I didn't kill nobody. The jury heard that. The jury like, they thinking like, like, why you saying that? All you got to do is try on the belt and just hush. You know what I'm saying? Then Harrington tries on the belt and he pulled the OJ. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. And the judge told him, hey, shut that down, dog. Ain't no OJs up in here. Shut that down. And I'm just like, Judge, man, let that man be OJ for a minute. Stop hating. I like it. I'm just like, I like how they put that in there, because that's one of my favorite cases, the OJ trial. The special that FX did on it was amazing. I watched every last one of them, from FX to it's this other channel called Reels. I'm getting off subject, so let me get back on subject. So then we get then Connor, like I said, it was back and forth ethical exam and court and all that. Connor is in the middle of his ethical exam and he just calls out the entire crew. He was like, first of all, y'all being unethical right now, because every question that y'all are asking me is if you my supervisor, and then when I was like, who is my supervisor? You say, she wants you to. She wants this, that. Y'all are insinuating that I'm gonna do all of these illegal things for Annalise, who's my supervisor. That's unethical on you guys' part, because y'all are presenting the questions in an unbiased, in a very biased way. And I'm just like, I guess you is back in law school for a reason. How you know? I thought maybe Annalise pulled a few strings for you myself. And like I said, the questions that they was asking the kids were questions. There was not just yes, no questions. There were questions that the kids had to think about and, process and answer, like, well, it's not illegal if my supervisor asks me to play the grieving widow in court and the jury picks up on the fake grief. That's not against the law. And it was just like, really? Me, I would have been like, yeah, that's illegal. You can't be playing no fake people in court to play with the jury, but of course, I guess you can. But anyway, like the kind called out the ethical committee about them being unethical and all that good stuff. So then back to the courtroom, the jury has reached its verdict and Harrington is found guilty. And it kind of pissed me off because I'm not used to seeing Annalise lose. I don't like to see her lose. You know what I'm saying? She all about the dubs. You know what I'm saying? All she do is win, and win some more. You know what I'm saying? But we lost. And so Harrington turns and he basically admits that the book that I wrote, Psychopath CEO, is what did me in. And I couldn't agree more, because he wrote the book. That was the first thing they heard. And Miller basically tried the case of him being a psychopath, which I didn't agree with because he only killed one man. So, accused of killing one man. So anyways, moving on. Nate finds a woman and asks how she's doing. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Nate finds the nurse or whatever, or whoever it was that file he was looking at who had cancer. And I believe it was a nurse or whoever. She tells the story about the baby. The mom dropped the baby off. The granddaddy didn't want the mom to get the baby back, and the mama came back. and stole the baby, and she confirmed the baby that the mama was Bonnie. So moving on, because we'll get into that a little bit later in the season, you know. Laura brings her child to work. Oliver the crew get the good news. They passed the ethical exams, and the baby finally laughs. And he was like, "This ain't his first time. Let me laugh at me all the time, Laura. You just are not funny." Just like everybody said. So then Tegan and Annalise, they are leaving, and they are talking about the reason that Harrington was convicted because the jury hated him just as much as they did. I couldn't agree more. Crawford is on the phone. The show is going off at this point, so a lot of scenes be happening. So I'm gonna just run through them and just tell you what's going on. Crawford on the phone with some sketchy people talking about, I got some more cases coming in next week. I'm gonna have your money. I don't know what he into, but I'm ready to find out and find out the real reason why he stuck his neck out there hiring Annalise. I'm really looking forward to learning more about that. What the boy named Connor gets a permanent intern. Miller and Bonnie made up. Ashley, he looked mad. Frank goes to meet up with his hacker guy. The hacker guy let him know that he had access to whatever Gabriel does. So whatever Gabriel does on his computer, Frank will be able to see without being caught. Okay. Michaela is going to see Asher, and on the way over there, she catches Frank leaving, asking Frank what he's doing. Long story short, Frank was like, I was just trying to see if he wanted to hang out, but you shouldn't go up there begging him back because that's not fair to him. And then she was just like, nobody seems to like me. Frank give her some words of encouragement and says he'll take her home, but don't go out there begging that dude to take her back because it's not fair to him, which I agree. Done cheated on this man too many times. You don't need to be talking about take me back. You need to be talking about how I can be a better me and go get you some therapy. Moving on, Oliver is putting two and two together. He sees Gabriel flip phone, and he just start putting two and two together with Frank asking him about how to hack a flip phone, all that. And then finally Nate comes to Annalise's house, let him know that Bonnie kid is still alive, let him know that he tracked down everybody and confirmed that it was Bonnie, the one who stole the baby from the hospital. And Annalise was like, it was not Bonnie, it was her sister. That was a plot twist. Didn't see that coming. So I'm like I say, you just never know the direction this show going in with these storylines. Never what you think. That's why I'm telling you guys now, Gabriel is not her son, and she is not killing Oliver. That is not Oliver in the snow bleeding. Then the show pretty much goes off. Connor is waiting in the middle of the dance floor for Oliver so they can dance. Oliver is nowhere to be found. The DJ calling for him. He's not coming out. And so Michaela looks at Bonnie like, I know well you ain't kill Oliver. Oliver just stuck in the bathroom throwing up because he seen a dead body outside. He ain't dead. I'm telling you, it's never what you think. This show would just have your mind going in places and circles, and it's just a lot. You guys really have to watch it to understand how great of a show it is because it'd be a lot going on. But that's all I have. Sorry it's a little long, but be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.